My friend, 24F, who we'll call S, and I, 30M, have been distant for months now. We had met through a mutual friend as well as work and became pretty fast friends ourselves. We didn't do everything together, but we did do a lot, and we were fairly close. Close enough that her sister even wanted me to be included sitting with the family at her graduation. Things got weird when an older friend we both know told us we should go out. This wasn't exactly a new sentiment. People had told me this in the past, and many people had thought we were dating already. She's in an online relationship, so I tried to downplay this or shoot it down when it came up at one point, even saying we were cousins. Still, after that conversation, and she very suddenly dropped off. She was always busy, and messages became shorter and more to the point. After a couple of months, she did say that, as someone in a relationship, she felt we needed some distance. Which would have been fine, but that hadn't been communicated, and I had spent months wondering why she was ignoring me. We had already planned to go to a convention for my birthday, and she said that was still fine. The issue was that she had been able to table at the convention, and it became more about her tabling over the fact this was my birthday weekend, and I wasn't sure if I'd even have fun since I'd mostly be alone and she'd be staying with a local friend anyway, but I decided to tough it out. I had offered to bow out if it would make things uncomfortable, but she insisted that it had been my idea in the first place, so I had a right to go. Cue the convention, and I wound up hanging out with her local friend, 30F, who we'll call K, for a good chunk of the weekend since she also was going to be wandering alone otherwise. We talked a lot, got along great, and even had a few quirks in common. She was cute too, I kind of liked her, and we talked a bit online after S and I had to leave. On the advice of everyone I asked who knew us both, I was told it was probably best to not talk to S about me having a crush on K. We were still distant, and really only talked at work. Even then our boss and coworkers noticed it still seemed different. She was only willing to hang out with me in group hangouts, which she usually skipped out on anyway. On top of that, Kay and I are both adults, and that ultimately it wasn't up to us. Especially, since I just was going to see if she wanted to hang out sometime again, and feel things out before saying anything. Things with Kay were okay. We talked a bit more. Turned out she wasn't really flirting with me, and is just kind of a flirty person in general. She also had feelings for someone else, and the opportunity had come up to finally see them again. I was disappointed, but I was happy for her. Kay had said before that if a friend has feelings for her, they should tell her instead of hiding it. So I explained that I had a bit of a crush, but understood she didn't feel the same. I was fine with just being friends if she wanted, and I'd like a little time to get over my own feelings, but that if she also preferred to just call it quits, that was fine too. I also decided to ask S if she knew about my feelings for Kay because I had a feeling she figured it out. She does know me very well, and because I just felt so shitty about not telling her. She said that she wasn't angry, but that she was frustrated. Fast forward to now, and I've been wanting to talk to S. It mostly has remained unchanged between us. I knew it would be awkward and a bit uncomfortable, but I didn't want to be a gray area anymore. If she still wants to be friends, okay. If she doesn't want to be friends, okay. But I just wanted to be clearly communicated. We didn't get to have that conversation. She turned out to have a shift at her other job, and neither of us want an awkward conversation trapped in a car, but we did talk about Kay. Kay seemed to be the biggest thing on her mind. She explained that she was frustrated that I didn't tell her because it was very obvious, and that she could have told me that Kay was taken, which was weird phrasing to me because even Kay referred to herself as single, and later her one interest being a situationship she hadn't seen in a long time, and just has a flirty personality in general. I apologized for not telling her and even apologized for pursuing the feelings in the first place. I told her that, even if everyone else said not to say anything, I should have still respected her as a friend and told her before, and that she is the first person I should have gone to for advice. On not telling S, I know I oughta. My feelings on the conversation changed when she said things were going back to normal between us before the birthday convention, but now there was a bigger awkward space between us due to the K situation. There is a bigger space, but I'd in no way say we were going back to normal before. We'd had a couple moments where it felt like old times, but for the most part we just didn't talk much at all. Other people noticed and asked about it. Most people told me to just accept that S was slowly dropping me, and K had actually talked to me more in a few weeks than S had in months. Then the rest of the conversation really made me not so sure. S went on to say she felt like I moved way too fast. I met this woman, hung out for a couple of days, and decided I liked her and wanted to see if it would go anywhere. Even when I pointed out that I wasn't even wanting to ask her out immediately and had been more interested in doing a couple things together one-on-one to feel things out, she said that just felt too fast. Which I feel like it isn't, because that's how dating works. I had to bite my tongue because S's online relationship has been going on for 7 years now. They've never met, and there are no concrete plans to meet or move near each other anytime soon, despite there having been chances to meet. They've only video chatted a few times. Even then, it was only after about being together for about 5 years, and don't really do any kind of virtual dates like other friends of mine who have online long-distance relationships. So I'm sorry, but I think her opinion of how fast or slow things are is kind of unreasonable, and I don't think I was taking things uncomfortably fast. She also said that gets protective of her friends and their feelings, but throughout the whole time, Kay herself was never uncomfortable. Now S says she doesn't know if she can introduce me to other people because if I start having feelings for them. Despite having met multiple of her friends over the years, even having hung out with them on my own before, and this never having happened? I understand the discomfort of having someone like your friend, but I was, and according to S, still am her friend too. And honestly, this whole thing comes off more as a continuation of the awkwardness between us rather than actually being about me liking Kay. Like I said, I do think IITH for not telling S about my feelings for Kay. But AITA for the rest? Did I move too fast? Is the fact that I think S is being a bit unreasonable on some parts of me problem and I should check myself?